What's up, travellers? SJ Aviation HQ here, and welcome back to the channel today. Today we have the model review of the Sichuan Airlines Airbus A350-900 wearing the Panda Route livery released by NG Models. But of course, before we go any further today, go ahead and leave a thumbs up below. A great indication of how much you enjoyed today's video and of course the content here on this channel. Want to come along and view more content like this, like model plane reviews, airport updates, and of course the unboxings as well, go ahead and subscribe below. Dim the bell icon while you're there to come along to view the content as soon as the videos go live onto the channel. Of course, to receive the notifications as soon as they go live as well. Come along and support the whereabouts here on this channel. Been a while since I uploaded a model review video here on the channel. So I'm glad to be back into the swing of things in terms of filming for you guys. I have a great bunch of content coming out very soon indeed. But anyway, here we have the Sichuan 350-900 by NG Models. Sorry, this one here was released by NG Models in August of 2024. So 2024, this was unboxed in a mega unboxing earlier on in the year. If you missed out on that video, go ahead and check it out, top right corner right about now, or will also be featured in the links below, in the description below. So anyway, moving along into today's video, I'm going to read out some information about Sichuan Airlines as an airline, and of course some information about this airframe as well. So founded on September the 19th, 1986 and commencing operations on July the 14th, 1988, Sichuan Airlines is the largest airline in Western China, headquartered in Chengdu, China, and has its airport hubs in Chengdu, Shongliu and Tianfu international airports, while also having Chongqing and Kunming in China as other hubs as well, where they operate to 151 destinations worldwide, including the likes of Sydney, Australia, Melbourne, Australia, New Zealand, Auckland, New Zealand, Vancouver in Canada, Los Angeles in the USA, and also Dubai in the UAE. According to planespotters.net, Sichuan Airlines operates an aircraft fleet consisting of 212 aircraft, including 9 of the Airbus A350-900 XWB wide bodies, with all of the 9 airframes painted into a special livery, whether it is one of the Chengdu FISU World University Game liveries or the Panda Route liveries. So going into some information about this particular airframe now. This aircraft's MSN number or manufacturer serial number is 641. This aircraft is an Airbus A350-900, or specifically a 941, because 41 is the Airbus designated code for Airbus built aircraft that are equipped with Rolls-Royce engines. This aircraft here is a 2-year-old Airbus A350-900 that was performed its first flight on November the 13th, 2023, wearing the test registration of Foxtrot Whiskey Zulu Hotel India, and was built and produced in Toulouse, France, one of the 2 main factories of which Airbus build their aircraft, because they do have the plant in Hamburg, Germany, but of course that's predominantly where they build their narrow-body aircraft. For instance, the Airbus 321 XLR and LR variants are built there. Of course, Toulouse do have the facilities, and of course they do build the narrow bodies there as well in Toulouse. But of course, Toulouse is mainly for where the wide bodies are built, 330 Neos, 350s, etc. So very cool. This aircraft is currently on the active on the network for Sichuan Airlines. Wearing the registration of Bravo-32 Golf 2, this aircraft was delivered to Sichuan Airlines on June the 27th of 2024, equipped with 2 Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-84 engines, and is currently painted into one of the Panda Route special liveries. So very cool indeed. Get that out of the way. Let's go ahead and check out this box. So as you can see, it looks very nice indeed. One of the Panda Route liveries that I have in my collection. Of course, the other one was featured in that unboxing I alluded to a moment ago. But here we have on the top of the box, we have the Airbus A350-900 titles here in the Airbus font. We have some of the details that can be seen on the livery itself, like these musical notes and the curved lines you can see there as well. Here we have the 2D rendering of the aircraft itself, looking absolutely wonderful in this livery. Must say the gradient work on this model looks absolutely pearly indeed, which you'll see soon enough on the video. Here we have the Panda Route text that can be seen on the livery just there. Here we have the logo of Sichuan Airlines and of course the registration Bravo-32 Golf 2, very nice indeed. Here we have the pandas that can be seen on the fuselage just there. And then we have some more of the pandas that can be seen down the fuselage. There's that one there, and here's the other one that's just next to it. Very nice indeed, and this aircraft is a 1/2 scale die-cast aircraft. On the bottom panel we can see some more details here. The A350 text on the top left. On the bottom left we can see the pandas that we see on the front fuselage just there. Here is the 2D rendering of the aircraft itself with the registration below that. And of course the item number and the barcode here, very cool. On this panel here we have the 350-900 text again, the Sichuan Airlines logo just there, and of course the scale of the aircraft detailed there as well. On this side of the box, this panel here, we have the identical details in terms of what's on it that was on the other side. And here we have, on this panel, we have the Airbus A350-900 text, the Sichuan Airlines logo, and of course the scale of the aircraft as well. And on the back of the box, we can see the musical notes and of course those lines as well, very nice. The 2D rendering of the aircraft again, looking absolutely gorgeous indeed. And then we have the Panda Route text as well, very nice. And then the pandas behind the warning details, and then very nice. And then we have the barcode here. Then of course the warning information highlighted around that would be a red border, because otherwise it would have been seen, of course. And then this aircraft being detailed, of course, made in China. So very cool. Of course, NG Models is based in China itself. This aircraft here was actually one of the acquisitions that I took up in the December 2024 exchange event. Of course, we did just recently have the August 2025 exchange event. Let me know in the comment section below what you went ahead and got from that event. I went ahead and got one that arrived defective that you may have seen or will see in that video I showcased earlier on in the video in the card. Of course, the mega unboxing, the Kuwait Airbus 330neo, and of course I also got the Royal Australian Air Force Boeing 737 MAX 8, one of them. I think it was Alpha 62-002 is the registration that I got from that one. It's very nice indeed. So that's that portion out of the video done for you guys. The reading out of the airline, the reading out of the aircraft details as well, and of course the showcasing of the box. Let's go ahead and check out the model. And here is the absolutely stunning Sichuan Airlines Airbus A350-900 wearing this absolutely stunning Panda Route livery. This model here released by NG Models in their August 2024 release and obtained in their December 2024 exchange mall for my collection. If of course you did miss out on the unboxing of this aircraft, this model here was in that mega unboxing that I uploaded earlier on in the year. If I did allude to a card earlier in the video, there will be a link leading to that video in the description below, so go ahead and check that out. Go support that video. That would be great to see you on there. And in this portion of the video, I'm going to showcasing this model up close to the camera for you guys, giving you some nice up close shots of each of the components on this aircraft, and of course giving you some information along the way about what each of most of what the components do on the aircraft in terms of a flight. Let's go ahead and showcase this absolutely stunning model. First, of course, zooming into the aircraft, and then of course getting it into the shop for you guys. And here we have this absolutely stunning model. Doesn't it look outstanding with the gradient work there? Nice job by NG Models. Gotta say, this has got to be one of the best molds in terms of the A350 in the scale and of course in the hobby of model collecting. Would say that Panda Models is very close in my opinion. I do have the likes of Singapore Airlines with their 350-900 ULR that's soon to come out in terms of a model review on the channel, and of course the Delta 350-900 were in the 100th anniversary livery. That is also soon to come out in terms of a model review as well, so do stick around for that. Don't want to miss out on that. Go ahead and subscribe and ding the bell icon for those notifications coming out very soon. Here we have going forward into the model review, just getting into the focus on it for you guys. Don't know why I'm struggling with it, but here we have the nose cone at the front of the aircraft. Not too sure why I'm struggling with the focusing. There we go. Very cool. Here we have the nose cone on this aircraft. Underneath that is the component called the weather radar, and that is used to detect storms along the flight plan of the flight that the pilots had, of course, set up for their flight. It can be used to detect any of the rainfall intensity and, of course, the turbulence around them as well. Is it used for the crew to navigate around any potential hazardous areas along the flight plan that they've assigned. Very cool. On the upper end of the cockpit here, we have what is known as the window wipers there, and of course the cockpit windows there. That is, of course, is surrounded by the iconic looking raccoon mask. Of course, the 350 family was the aircraft family that we were lucky enough to have the induction of the raccoon mask there. That, of course, is I believe that is used to deflect any of the heat away from the outer edges of the window frames there. So very cool. Now here we have some different bits and bobs here. There we have an air vent just there, the static air vent in the middle or near the middle of that red outlined square there. Then we have the pitot tubes here. Now they are used to measure the fluid flow velocity during the event of a flight. Below that we have the AOA sensor, or the angle of attack sensor. That is used to offer a visual indication of the amount of lift the wings are generating at a given airspeed or angle of bank. And below that's a small dot just there. That is used. That, of course, that is the icing detector. That gives an indication of the ice on board the aircraft, giving the pilots or the crew an idea of any danger in terms of icing on the aircraft. Very cool. Now here we have the nose gear here, looking fabulous indeed. As you can see, the gears do roll there. Very cool. And then we have 2 Golf 2 on the nose gear there, as of course registration of this aircraft, Bravo-32 Golf 2. Very cool. And here we have a nice look of this fuselage here with the details on it, looking absolutely fantastic indeed. Here we have the L1 boarding door, or Lima 1 door, one of the 2 main boarding doors on this aircraft. Here we have the cabin doors here. Not the cabin doors, the cabin windows, my bad, with of course the pandas on there, looking cool indeed. Moving down, we have a beacon light on the top of the fuselage, just there, and the first antenna as well. Now here on the back side of the, if I'm able to get it to focus for you guys, here we go. Just there we have an illumination light there. That is, of course, a wing light there, used to, of course, to light up the wing during night operations. And just here, if I'm able to get a good focus on it for you guys, just there we have the pedostatic system. Now that is used to determine an aircraft airspeed, Mach number, altitude and altitude trend during a flight. So very cool. And then we have another one of those antennas, which we'll have a closer look at when we go to the belly of the aircraft. Here we have the Lima 2 boarding door. Very nice. Another one of those boarding doors on this aircraft. Here we have the fairing of the wing. Very cool. Of course, that is where the wing and the fuselage are joined together. Of course, the wing box as well. Now just here in the middle of the shot, there we have the wing light, or the landing light. Another one could be seen on the nose gear door as well. Not the nose gear door, the nose gear as well. The strut right at the front of the strut there. Now the landing light here can be used between 0 and 10,000 feet. Above that, it is up to the pilot's discretion when it is on or off. Mainly used on an active runway, especially when the aircraft is departing an active airfield. Very cool indeed. Now here we have this side's Rolls-Royce Trent the Rolls-Royce Trent XWB engine, opposed to the 97 engine which we'll see on the Qatar Airways by Aviation 500, the 1000 variant, coming up in a model review very soon. Very cool. Same manufacturer in terms of who makes it, but of course it is a different variant. Very cool. And there's the up close view of the pylon there, looking absolutely wonderful indeed, with the exhaust of the engine there. Here are the landing gear. We have another nice view of these when we get to the belly of the aircraft. But as you can see, they do roll. They do not tilt on the strut there on the bogies, but they do the job, in my opinion. Very cool. Here we have the wing of this A350-900 with the text there. Not too sure what it says. It's of course Chinese, isn't it, or Mandarin, or Cantonese, or what or you know what this language isn't my first language. Of course, English would be my first language. But let me know in the comment section about what that says. Also can be seen on the fuselage, which we'll get to in a short while. Now here we have some lights here. There should be some lights here on the outer edge of the wing here. Just trying to get a good focus for you guys. Now here we have, not too sure why I'm having a struggle. Maybe it's the lighting. But here we have, well, the you guys know we have some lights here. These strobe lights, and of course the red navigation light. Very cool. And then here we have, or appears to be some lights there, not too sure. Anyway, the strobe lights flash when the aircraft is in the event of a flight. For an Airbus aircraft, they flash twice. And of course, if it's a Boeing, it will flash once. That of course is a good way to identify who the make of the aircraft when airborne. Very cool. Here we have the exterior of the second generation of the Sharklet. Very cool. And here is the interior of the second generation of the Sharklet for Sichuan Airlines. Of course, a red background there, and in the middle we have the logo there for Sichuan Airlines, which is also on the tail fin. Of course, this, of course, as I mentioned, the second generation of the Sharklet. They are much taller than the first generation of the Sharklet for the 350. Also can be seen on the ULR variant. Of course, I believe that the ULR variant has the third generation of the Sharklet, just to make it a bit more efficient. Very cool. As mentioned, here is the fuselage of this aircraft. Very, very nice. With of course that I believe it just says Sichuan Airlines. I'll put the information in the bottom of the screen right about now for you guys to give you some, just to answer my question from before. Here we have Sichuan Airlines in the blue text there, and the white outline there. Apologies if you can hear any of the traffic behind me. Russia has begun, so I do apologise for that. And of course here we have this wonderful gradient work on this fuselage here, looking absolutely wonderful. How it goes from white all the way down to red here, looks absolutely stunning indeed. Here is the Lima 3 door, not a boarding door. It can be used during the event of an emergency exit door. There we go. Finally got it out. And here we have an antenna on the top of the fuselage. This of course is the second and last. Actually, the second of the antennas. As of course there's one just here. Here we have where it says Panda Route for their Panda Route livery. And here we have the registration, Bravo-32 Golf 2. Very cool. And then we have the fourth and last of the doors. The L4 door can be used as a boarding door when disembarking or boarding the aircraft via the apron. Of course, taking you to those stairs, the air stairs, and of course the buses that will take you to the terminal. So very cool. And here, of course, here we have the tail fin, looking rather nice in this livery, to be honest. A nice red background there with, of course, the logo of Sichuan Airlines. Now here we have the elevators of this aircraft, or the back wings. Very cool. Here we have some small grey dots you can see on the wing there, if I'm able to get a good focus on them. Very cool. They are the tail lights, or the logo lights. They are used to illuminate the tail fin during night operations, to give a indication to anyone who is in the control tower at a given airport, but who the operator of the airline is. Of course, in this case it would be Sichuan Airlines. Also to give the pilots around the airfield an indication about where the aircraft is, and of course it can be used as a marketing tool for anyone who is within or around an airfield, to give them the sense of wanting to maybe fly the aircraft or the airline as well. Very cool indeed. And of course there is the exit way to the APU, looking rather cool. And of course on the side, you can't quite make it out, would be the exit, or the APU door. Very cool. We'll be able to see it more on the United 787-8, which will be the next model review on the channel, so do stick around for that. Let's have a look at the opposite side of this aircraft. Not many differences, but here we have at the front portion of the model here, we have just there, we have the forward baggage compartment just there. At the rear of the aircraft, if I'm able to pick it up, just there you can vaguely see it, just at the end of my thumb, in the middle of the shot there, we can see the rear baggage compartment. Let me try and see if I can focus on it for you guys. You can vaguely see it there. Not the best lighting that I could show you guys, but I am doing my best here. Here on this wing, very interesting how there's how the lights on the opposite wing are hard to see, but here we have the strobe lights on this side, with the green navigation light there, and of course this side's Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-84 engine. Very nice. And of course there we have an emergency escape hatch on the top of the cockpit there, looking rather cool. Everything else is pretty much just flipped around in terms of the decaling and whatnot, with the registration there. And let's have a look at the bottom of the aircraft momentarily for you guys, with some more information about the nose gear door just here. If I can give it a focus, there we go. That of course is where the nose gear would retract into when the gears are being retracted. And some more nice details on the belly of the aircraft. There we have the air vents just there, and of course here we have the beacon light on the bottom of the fuselage here with the stand hole, and of course the gear doors as well. And of course that of course is where the landing gear would retract into as well. Here we have the underside of this Rolls-Royce engine here, and the Chinese text before just also seen on the top of the wings. And here we have another view of that sharklet there. Here we have the other engine here, looking wonderful as ever, and of course the registration on the fuselage, the wing here, Bravo-32 Golf 2, very cool. Here we have where the ram air turbine would be, the rat. Very cool. It's used to help in the event of testing for the engines. Can be lowered during the event of the electricals, and of course other things. I will put some more information about this in the bottom of the screen now for you guys, but mainly used during the event of the testing of the engines. So very cool. Everything else at this latter edge of the model is very hard to pick up in terms of this lighting, but here we have just here at the very tip of the end of the aircraft here is the entryway to the APU. Very nice indeed. APU standing for auxiliary power unit. Very nice indeed. If you are wanting to get this model, I highly recommend to go and get it. It is a wonderful model. for anyone's collection. I now am lucky enough to have another one in terms of the Sichuan Airlines Panda Route liveries. I do have another one after this one. I believe I have Bravo -32 Foxtrot 8. This is another one in my collection that also was unboxed in that unboxing video that I alluded to before. Go ahead and check that out if you have missed out on that. Now that is this portion done for you guys. I hope you enjoyed what you saw in today's video, guys. The model review of the Sichuan Airlines Airbus A350-900 wearing the Panda Route livery, released by NG Models in their August 2024 release. If you did like what you see, go ahead and leave a thumbs up below. Great indication of what you saw in today's video. If you enjoyed what you saw in today's video, go ahead and leave that thumbs up below. While you're there, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And of course, while you're there, ding the bell icon to come along and to view more content like this. The next model review will be the United Airlines 787-8, released by NG Models. Not too sure when that was released. It was fairly recent. Let me try and find it for you guys. It was released in the April 2025 release of this year, so that will be another one to look forward to. I'll do my best in terms of the lighting. I'll probably, if that's something I need to improve on in terms of showcasing models when it is lighter. So I'll do that for the next videos for you guys. If you'd like to go ahead and support my whereabouts here on social media, go ahead and check out my Instagram page directly by scanning the QR code you can see on the screen now. Of course, that will lead you straight to my Instagram page for Ash International Airport. That's the one place to go to whether you're wanting to see the model photos, the ins and outs of my network, just some news, and of course the showcasing of my model collection in general. I want to come along and support my whereabouts on social media in one full platform. Go ahead and scan the QR code you can see on the screen now. That will lead you straight to my Linktree page, which of course will have all of my links in one full place. So go ahead and check them out if you wish to. If you don't have the means to scan any of those QR codes I just showed you a moment ago, there'll be some links in the description below to lead you where you need to go directly for easier access. So that will be today's video, guys. Thank you very much for coming along and tuning in today's video, the model review of the Sichuan Airlines 350-900 wearing the Panda Route livery. If you did enjoy what you saw on the end screen, soon enough would be some options for you guys. On the left hand side would be my most recent video here on the channel. On the right hand side would be the full playlist of model reviews I've done so far here on this channel. In the middle will be where you can subscribe. But until next time, guys, fly safe, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.